Everyone to the DSSI training. We are so happy to be here and to start this journey with you. We have, Christian, François and I received dreams, very precise dreams, about the importance of what we are starting today together.
Wow.
You are pioneers, and this training will completely change your life and will inspire a lot of people, even millions of people one day, for some of you. This is a training that your soul has chosen. This is a rendezvous to reach a next stage of evolution. To learn, for some of you, for the first time, to marry spirit and matter. To end the discrepancies between meditation and the real life. You are here to connect both, and for that we need to understand life. We need to understand what is our evolution. And the purpose of our evolution, and it is the first teaching that I'm going to give you today, that should become a lighthouse of your life and of all your lives. We are here on earth for only one reason: to develop qualities. That's it, and that's all. All this training will help you to connect with the essence of the universe. Because the whole universe, the entire universe, is only designed to help us to develop qualities. When you go to the theater, or when you watch a movie, what is the purpose of that movie? What is the purpose of that theater play? You are studying characters. You are studying qualities, choices between good and evil. In the theater, you have sometimes a bad guy, and then the bad guy is showing you what you shouldn't do. And this, if we go long time before, it was through theater that collective teaching was brought to people from village to village. Stories of kings and queens and princes. Things were related. There was no internet. There was no phone, no TV at that time. And theater was like giving a profound meditation to learn to observe the world and to know certain behaviors that we were not used to. For example, seeing in a theater play, seeing a scene of a prince or a princess, this was something that we were not used to watch because we were a farmer, for example. And the farmer was like there, and he didn't have TV, he didn't have internet. So his entire universe was only the field, the family, the cows, and the chickens around him. And then he was like watching the theater, and it was like, he was seeing things from Europe. He was seeing thoughts from other countries, other part of Vietnam. Yesterday, we had a beautiful evening, very profound evening, with Siwon. And he's a designer, as you know, and he has created something that is not just a fashion show. It is a message, a very profound message. And this person, as you know, is very inspired by our teaching, by symbolic language. And I know why. Because when I was there yesterday, this man is not just thinking about the first dimension of life. He's having a whole perspective of collective understanding of others and himself. And it was very extraordinary because we were traveling through Vietnamese traditions through clothes and fashion. But he was talking about life. He was talking about the steps of evolution and everything that Vietnamese went through in such a beautiful way. Very beautiful. For those who haven't seen that, it's a must. And everyone that comes to Vietnam needs to go there. Because there's not only a Vietnamese Starbucks that are interesting. And the good food of Vietnam, there are other things too. And this is, I think, a key to remember that you can refer to people when they come to Vietnam. So everything is about memories. And during these first 2 days of the DSSI training, we will enter in memories. We will study the consequence of memories and the consequence also of what we have done in past life. Because you will learn through the DSSI training and also through all the training to understand dream interpretation that we reap what we sow all the time. And your life is not only designed by what you have done today and in this present life, your parents, your region, whatever the country that we are born in, we are born somewhere because we have a resonance. We have something to learn through our memories. But we don't belong only to one country. Some of you, you were British in past life. You were maybe the first Americans. Maybe you were in Africa, in Australia. Vietnam is only one part of your journey. And through the DSSI training, we will teach you to recognize the memories that are in connection with your past life. And especially these 2 days, because during the annual program that you have received, and that you can see at the end of the booklet that you have received, you will see we will study many aspects. We will talk about family. We will talk about parenthood. We will talk about work. We will talk about love, relationship. Through these 3 years program certification, you will really travel to understand deeply the memories. And of course, I'm telling you, friends, this is not just like a weekend fun, you know, just to come to have like a training and it's cool and it's interesting. No. This will move memories. This will transform emotions and thoughts. It will shake you sometimes. It will create nightmares and absolutely beautiful dreams, revelations, mystical experience at high levels. So, we provide a 3-year certification, which is the first step of this amazing journey. But as you know, you can do 1 year, and if you're happy, you continue the 2nd year. You are not obliged to do the 3 years. This is freedom at UCN. And I prefer to have real students here than to have those who are just there, you know, and they are, you know, so not serious enough. Because you are the first pioneers of this teaching. But you will see, every year, we will have requests from all over Vietnam. All over Vietnam. This will become very important here. And I need to prepare you, all of you, to become the future teachers of this teaching. The future therapists. Some of you will have an extraordinary mission with this training. Of course, you can do this for self-development reason. You don't need to think, I'm going to be a teacher and I'm going to be a therapist. And I even prefer that you don't think about that. First, I prefer that you do this to improve yourself, to change yourself, and improve your family, relationship, life, work. This is the first step. And then after, once you integrate, because you will become this knowledge. This is not an intellectual training. That's something you read in a book and you just learn it and then you copy it on the... No, you copy it on the page on the exam. No, no, no. This is a training that will be integrated in you. And we will be together all year. For all professors and assistants at UCM, this is a true devotion. We are not giving a teaching that is easy on our life. I can tell you that. It could have been much more easier. But we follow you every week during the year. It takes sometimes more than an hour and even more to revise one student every week. So for us, it's like we work like 60, 80, 100 of hours per week sometimes. All of us. It's a really demanding for us. But we know what it is going to do. And we are there to prepare. We are now amazing assistants. You know, we have assistants that they are almost ready to become teachers. Many of them. And we have taken our time also to give these certification. Because I don't want fake teachers. I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. I want initiates. I am here to train you to become initiates. That's our mission. And an initiate is someone that develop a spiritual autonomy. Our mission as professors is to bring you that this knowledge will trigger in you a spiritual autonomy. What does it mean? It means that you begin to receive your own answers within yourself, through your dreams, through your signs, through the observing of the world. You will understand symbolic language in the essence of everything. You will look at something and someone, and you say, oh, what is that? Oh, interesting. Oh, I tried to analyze it. And then, whoop, suddenly during the night, you are in a dream. And you visit the person. You visit the situation. The part of the training that we are giving to you is only 25%. The rest of the training will be given by the spiritual guides from parallel worlds. We have more official professors in the metaphysical dimension than we have here. But now we have Dory that is coming also. And we have many, many new students and new generations. And they are very alive. They have eyes that understand things. It's so amazing. Yesterday, the show was absolutely amazing, of course. But confidentially, because there's going to be a lot of confidential knowledge here, because I'm revealing this to you. There was the woman in white. She was dressed in white for those who were there. And she was like talking in Vietnamese and in English, and she was very, you know, it was very profound what she was sharing. It was a very beautiful person. But simultaneously, she was like kind of, you know, giving the speech with, you know, but with like kind of a little attitude. And Dory was there. He was just beside her, and he was doing, and nobody, we could think that this child is impolite. But it was stronger than him. He was like a sponge. He was giving us the energy inside. Of course, a person is not made with only one layers of information. She's very intelligent, very bright woman, very educated. You know, she had a beautiful dignity, and she's giving a beautiful lesson, really beautiful. But simultaneously, she has essence of, I'm very important, and I am very important, and very happy to tell you, and so Dory was, So, I had the privilege to have Kesara, and Kesara was exactly like Dory. Exactly. Sometimes she was a very, you know, amazing young child, very polite, very this, but sometimes when there was like something intense or collective, then she was becoming so special. I remember we talk about that in the Book of Angels and in the books that we will have eventually in the future, here also in Vietnam. So, and we had, it's so beautiful because about 20 years ago, there was an army officer, and a retired army officer. At that time, he was not retired. He was an army officer of Canadian Force, and he was a volunteer, one of the first volunteers with his wife. And he was a very organized person, so we were very happy to have him when we were touring, because everything was so organized. It was like kind of a celestial army, you know, that was like on the path of sharing around the world. So he was often with us. And Kesara was a little child. She was 3, 4 years old at that time. And every time he was there, she was acting in a way that she has never done before. And she was saying to him, "Oh, do this, do that, hey, you, oh." And she was talking like this to him. And for him, it was so natural. You know, it was like two bears that were talking to each other in the bear language. So then I was always teaching Kesara, be, you know, feminine energy. You are too masculine. And I was teaching to her that, you know, she knew the word consciousness. She was 2 years old and she was understanding the word consciousness. It's all about us and what we say and the words that we use and our example also, our true example of ourselves. So this training will help you to understand your children, the new generation. It will help you to understand another level of consciousness. And this is amazing. I am very happy to begin this journey with all of you. Very happy. So first, the annual program that we will follow. So you have received a booklet. And in the booklet, if I may, can someone, can you just come be with me? You can stand up, just come here. We turn the page together. So we explain in the booklet that we have received. So, all right. You can put it this way. So at first you have, of course, the schedule of the first 2 days that we will do together. Okay, then you have the evaluation of knowledge that will be done only at the end of the 2 days. So you don't need necessarily this right now. And of course, don't be afraid about the evaluation of knowledge, exam, because in the 3 years program, you have no marks at all. You do evaluation of knowledge. You do your drain journal, portal, you know. We have marks in the back that we do, professors, but you don't see them in the first 3 years. It's only for us to evaluate you and to understand what you need to do. But at the beginning, the first 3 years, no marks. So you will all succeed your first year. Only if you do your homeworks. If you miss dream journal, you know, and if you start to play around with the training, your certification 1 will not count. You will have, it's okay, you can redo it, you know. There are students in the DSSI this year, Indian students and people, it happens. And they love so much the teaching, they say, "Oh, I'm sorry now. Okay, kindergarten is over now. All right, let's begin another year." So then you start again, but you need to do 3 years, full years, very well organized. Of course, it is demanding. It is demanding, but it is okay. You can have children, you can have a work, you can have a life, but you will think symbolically. So, you know, so that is an important aspect that you follow what you need to do. And after the license is there, we recognize certification in terms of self-development only. And when we do the license, those who are going to do the next stage after, then you are certified and you will be recognized by the UCM International Foundation. Some of you can even work at the foundation as permanent staff eventually. All kinds of opportunities will come in the future And I will explain to you, because we're working on international websites also, that people will be trained to interpret dreams live. You're going to be in your office, in your home, and you can be in connection with Americans, with UK, you know, Vietnamese, and you are going to be specialists, international recognized specialists, to interpret dreams and help people as official therapists. You're going to be writing books about this teaching that UCM will publish. The last stage are really like we open the doors for you and we can help you to become, you know, so to teach and to support you. If you want to do this because you're a doctor or you're a psychologist and you do this in your clinic, it's okay. We will, you know, we will certify you, no problem. Your name will be on the website of UCM, and even your clinic, even your psychologist clinic, will be written, and you have the reference on the website of UCM, which is number 234K most visited website in the world. So this is very serious. You are in connection with a big organization. UCM is a huge organization with a lot of credibility. And that's why you see François Bouchard, Dr. Bouchard, you see ourselves, all teachers that we bring here, they have a level of ethics in their life that is amazing. No one is fooling around in the teachers. We are we are official angelic monks and modern, with a modern life and wife and children. But we are very devoted to the angels and to the path of helping people. So that is very important for us. So then you have, after that, this is the class that we're going to start today. And now, it's okay this morning, some of you were late, but not tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we start at 8 a.m. sharp. If you're not there, I start the class. I'm okay, because other people from parallel worlds will be taking your seats. So that's not a problem. So this teaching is very universal. So, but you know, so be on time. You know, come early. Arrive at 7:30, 7:45, whatever. We were here at 7:30. You are capable of doing this also. So just plan yourself well. This is a respect for the teachers also. And we respect you, and we want the same thing in return. So we will start the class, so you will have of course I may not have time, and just because we have missed about an half hour, 45 minutes, I'm not going to have time to do all the slides. And it happens all the time because I talk too much. and that's my, but you know, you will go deep in one slide, and don't worry, the slides will come back in other classes during the 3 years. Don't say, oh, you didn't talk about that. Oh, I love this. I want to know about this. Okay, wait for the next class. Okay, so then after you have the second, we have condensed 2 seminars in one. You have 4 days. You have a 2-day seminar on one team, and another 2 days on another team with another angel that is like the main team, and other subjects, other teaching. Every time it's different. All over the year it will be different. So that's why here, if you go at the middle of your document, you will see the second schedule for the next 2 days. Okay. So it's in color. In the middle, you will find it. It's in color. And then you have the next evaluation of knowledge. So that we will do. This is what we do also in class at the end of the 2 days. And it concerns the studies of the dictionary, the source code. If you don't have this book, you need this book with you. This, you need to know this in your head, in your heart, and in your action. Because there's a lot of teaching in one word. You can read a word before you go to sleep, or sometimes this is not just a definition. There's a lot of teaching explaining how it manifests and how we can recognize this symbol. So if you don't have the book, you need the ebook. So you go and you get the download of the ebook. Same with the Book of Angels. We request 2 official books. The Book of Angel and Dictionary. The rest other books will come. Even the Book of Angel, Volume 2, is about to come in 2-3 weeks from now. We will print this in India, and it will be available on ebook, and it will be also, we will send some copies here for those of you who want to, because these books will teach, they are not just books, they are mirrors. When you read this, you need to learn to think like this, to see symbols everywhere, and to learn how it works. So that is a key aspect. And so the Book of Angels also, if you haven't read it, normally we ask that the Book of Angels should be read before the training. Because we want to make sure that you like this training, because if you like the Book of Angel, you like this training. Because we talk about symbols, we talk about meditation, we talk about dream interpretation, signs, we talk about angel mantra, Angelica Yoga, Angelica Yana. All these techniques are part of the DSSI training in the process of certification and license. So then after, you have the same thing, you have all the, so this is all my slides of my keynote. You see, when you have squares like this, a rectangle, these are like, and then after, of course, it's the same process, and at the end you have the annual program, which you have received as PDF version also. Yeah. So that is explanation for this. Thank you, Ali. So a big part of this training. So let me come back this here. So you see, during this first annual certification, we will have 4 themes: Levia, Yeyazel, Umabel, Vazariach. So Levia is related to past life. It's related to expansion of intelligence, new ideas, new concepts, and memories. The second one is related to comfort, to support, how to support others, how to do consolation, how when someone is, as a therapist, what can we do when someone is crying? How do we react? What is our energy? What resonance is creating in us? We'll talk about that. Then you have Umabel, which is the notions of affinity, friendship. Understand friendship. So this will be in November. Umabel will be in November, and Vazariach will be in November also, which is forgiveness. Vazariach is the angel related to clemency, justice, and also the notions of forgiveness. So what is the DSSI training? The DSSI training is 2 seminars that you have to do, 4 days each. One here, one during this period of time in February, and another one in November. This training is given in many countries. It is given here in Vietnam. It's given also in India. So it's given in Geneva, in Switzerland, for all French students from Belgium, France. We have many students, and same in Canada also. So it started in French at first, so we had done like a few, I think 2 years in French. Then we started in English, the training, and now we're expanding more and more and more. So you have two seminars per year, and then around the year you have seen in the annual program, you have webinars every 2 weeks. You have one webinar of 1.5 hours. It's every Monday. So if you're working, because it's at night, whatever, you are busy, the children, whatever, it's okay. You can watch it at the hour that is suitable for you. But you have always an evaluation of knowledge every time you watch something. So, and you have a specific time to do that. And this is part of the structure and the discipline that you need to do. Because if you don't do the evaluation of knowledge, we will know that you have not watched the webinar, we will know that you have not done your homeworks, and you will receive an email from the team, and they will say, You see, because this is not something that is for us, it's a mission to help you. And we don't want students that are not aligned and happy to do this. Of course, if you have like something happening in your family and someone is, you had like someone that just passed away, or anything that can be a surprise and that was not planned, it's okay. We will understand that. So but You know, you cannot go to the dentist 4 times a week. Okay? So don't give us stories, you know, because we receive dreams and we know when the student, if the student is not right, we know it. And we feel it right away. This student is bullshitting me. I'm sorry. I'm a spiritual teacher. You know, this is not like college as a teenagers. You know, if you want to be a teenager, go back in at the college level. This is a university program for your soul, and you need to be well organized, well structured. So then you have like every 2 weeks, 1.5 hours. So you can watch it live. That's the best you will see, because you interact with others, you can ask questions, you will feel international. We have people, because this one is open to the public also. So we have people from America, from UK, from Germany, from Canada, everywhere in the world that are watching this international webinar. So it's like wonderful to feel this. You can send also your questions. You can even see some of your testimonies or homework sometimes that we use to teach, but it is always done on an anonymous form. We never reveal, we change the names. Sometimes we can say, okay, students from India, send this to us, and then you're surprised, oh, I'm from Vietnam, that's my teaching. And then, no, we change names, we change countries sometimes, you know. So this way, we just like, the essence of the teaching is the most important thing, and we respect also confidentiality. Everything, you know, all assistants and professors have signed a confidential letter. So everything, it's like you go to the doctor, you go to a nurse, the nurse is like doing professionally his mission, and I can tell you that we have a level of ethics at UCM that is above any standard of any hospital. So this is very important for us. So feel really at ease to share. You know, this will be between your professor, between your assistant, and that is helping. And the way that it works, so sometimes you have assistant, so they are at a level because they are about to become eventually teachers. So if they are assistant, that's because they have an extraordinary skill to begin to do this, and we revise them, and they see our revision, so they receive themselves a teaching. You see, that's how we do this. There are many levels, and I have all my professors, and as a principal of UCM, I revise all the professors. So all of them, when they have questions, if they are not sure about anything, I revise, and this is really done in a very, very ethical and structured way. So you will see at UCM, if one professor is giving you a dream interpretation, and another one will give you the exact same interpretation. This is not just a vague information like in spirituality where you have an answer there and you have another answer. No, we don't believe in that. Symbolic language has created an opening for us first. It has transformed our life, and we can base our thinking on symbolic language. You will see, we can know so many things with only one dream. You will be so touched by receiving this. And some of the DSSI, we have DSSI students that are doing their second certification this year, and they can inspire you, like our friend here, you know, that she can inspire you. And some of that were already, they were traveling to India, and they were so touched that they have invited us, like Mintu and all the team. They have created this beautiful structure for all of you, so we can be here, and we are very happy to give this training. And remember, this is a non-profit organization. You know, I'm not making money doing this. I want you to know all the resources are devoted to the new books and to help other countries, and all the time. It is always like that. We're now about to create and put all in place UCM Vietnam as an official structure soon, and like we have in India, like we have in many, many countries around the world. And this is based on volunteers, work, etc. We can have staff sometimes, yes. We have a few permanent staff, but only those who don't have enough resources can receive something. those who have money, they never receive anything. That's how it works. It's a non-profit. So permanent staff, we have permanent staff that they are rich already, so they don't need money. So this is not a place to make money at UCM. It's a place to devote, you know. And if we have just hired someone, you will see his name. He's one of the assistants that you will see. His name is Alexei. This is like Anthony. We have found like a pearl in the universe. And this young man is a genius of symbols. And it's like, you know, mathematicians, you know. He's so good, and and it's amazing. He even met his future wife during the DSSI training. So he's amazing. He's very, very organized and very devoted. And he comes from a very, very poor family in Belgium. Very, very poor family. And we have hired him now as a permanent staff. And we are even helping him to immigrate to Canada, because he's going to be working in the permanent team. So there's a vision for us. It's a mission. It's a well-balanced structure. It is right. And for us, it's like we are so happy because we have created a school, an environment that is very just from top to bottom. And this is the teaching that you receive and that you are very, very proud to present to you and to prepare you to integrate all this. So then after, so we have also 4 hours webinars that you receive every 2-3 weeks. You have 1 4 hours webinar also to watch. And this webinar will be provided through the Plex portal. So you have an account, as you have seen. You have set up your account. It's amazing. You can even watch this on your phone if you wish. On the cab, you put your headphones. You are modern students. And life, you know, you are in the cab, you want to do like a half hour, you have a half hour of traffic, use it. Use it. Listen to your training. And then you make notes and everything. Organize, use your time. You will see. We have plenty of time when we are organized. And when we love something also. We have plenty of time. And then the core of this teaching is the dream journal. You have assistant and professor that is assigned to you all over the year. And you will interact with them in your dream journal portal. So we will present that to you. So, and this portal is a portal that has been designed only for UCM. This is unique in the world. This has been programmed. It's a software. It's a technology that we have done, that you have your private portal with all your dreams, and there, and, you know, through all your program certification, you will see all your dreams. Image will be well organized, and etc. So every week before 10 p.m. on Friday night, remember that, before 10 p.m. on Friday night, 10 p.m. in 1 second, your portal is closed. If you have not submitted your dream or questions before that, you need to wait for the next week. If you send at 10:05, it will be done 2 weeks after. You will pass 1 week. So remember that. So don't do this Friday night at 9 p.m. and you're all sweating and take your time. You can even start to write, and you can just you just draft it. You see, you record it as a draft, and then you continue. You know, so if you don't have time, and you continue to think about it. So you can submit, you have a maximum of characters, you can submit 1 dream, 1 short one, 1 long one, or questions about science. If you have not received dreams during the week, then you can do a sign. This happened to me, or this happened to my brother, this happened to my child. And you analyze it. Remember, you need to analyze it. We revise your analysis. This is not like, okay, I have dreamt this, dun, 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 thank you for telling me, bye. No, it's a training. And you are trained to do so. You will receive also Q&A, not Q&A, but you will receive special webinars to know how to use the portals and how to do your dreams, enter, etc. You put a positive, and I will show you an extract of this today. We will watch this together. So you do the plus minus for each symbol, and then you learn and you do the best you can. Of course you start at the beginning, we understand that, but you need to think one symbol at a time. And you have received already, I think, and for those who are starting today, because we have followed the signs, because normally I don't add students until the last minute, but every time I was touched by the story of one student. And so we have accepted, so now we have, in Vietnam, we have officially 42 students. It was normally a maximum of 40, and we have 40. We are 40? Okay, excellent. So we are 40. That was the maximum that I asked the team, and I know a lot of people, even when we came, started to say, oh, we want to come, we want to come, we want to come. And we have talked about, not last night, but the night before, we have spoken on VTV at Talk Vietnam. We have done 1 hour special on dreams and signs and symbol interpretation that you will see soon at VTV. It will be broadcast nationally and internationally on the VTV program Talk Vietnam. It will be on March 12th. It will be broadcast March 12th. You can write this down. It's amazing. We had done a beautiful interview. It will be a great opening for Vietnam. A great opening to understand dreams and to connect with the importance of the training that you are doing. So you will see after March 12th, you know, everyone in the street will start to talk about the DSSI training. So next year we need to have a lot of specialists and new assistants also to help you, but we will grow. We have a maximum, because I need to make sure that I have enough assistants, enough professors, because the main aspect, of course, a webinar, it's okay, everyone is watching, but the Dream Journal is every week for all students. And we have over nearly 250 students that are following the DSSI training right now for 2017. So this is like for us, but the more we will have specialists, assistant professors, then it's easy to have more and more students. So next year we might see Vietnam growing at the speed of the light in terms of students. So, but you are the first, and be happy, because you're going to be able to help others and inspire others in a huge way. Yes, me too.
Yeah, the Dream Journal will be at 10 p.m. on Friday, Vietnam time or Canada time.
Local time.
I think it's local time, yes. It is automatically adjusting in your local time, because you are in the if you put the time on your, when you put the time, the hour, in the country where you are, it is adjusted through geolocalization. So it's a really advanced portal. You will see there's many functions, and even for us as teachers, we have stats, we have all kinds of things in the back. It's absolutely amazing. It's a huge, there's no university in the world that has something as advanced as we have right now to follow our students. So we are very modern at UCM. We have always used technology since the first beginning. You know, I remember having a dream about 20 years ago, and in my dream it was said, you need to get a computer. Because I was not a computer person, to be honest. I was a meditator. So my computer was there. So, but they told me in dreams, no, you need a computer. And they tell, because you need to send a lot of emails, to organize lectures. Because at the beginning, we were doing everything. And it grows and grows with people that started to help us as volunteers. But we have a mission, and you will see our professors are very devoted, you know, and this is like a way for us to live simply, because we all live simply. All professors, they have a very simple life by choice. And this is really for us a profound and true mission that we have chosen to help and inspire the world. So let's watch now this 12 minutes extract. We can close the lights. We will watch Jean-François Bournier is our senior computer engineer. He's working for the government of Quebec and Canada. He's a top engineer. He's a genius on artificial intelligence, and he's been helping as a volunteer UCM for many years with his company, and it's absolutely amazing. He's very, very devoted like us, and he's also an assistant and someone that is also interacting as a professor more and more now. So let's watch this together.
Let's create a dream. So first of all, you will have the opportunity to create a dream only if there is a valid dream journal period. So you will see the Add New Dream button either under the My Dream Journal menu, or if you click on My Dream Journal, you will have a button here to add a new dream. So let's do that. So in order to create a dream, you will need, first of all, you will enter the date of your dream. So for example, if I made this dream on February 9, I will choose that date. Then you will enter the angel that you are working on while doing this dream. It could be a question that you were asking yourself. It could be the angelic calendar. It could be the angel that you are working right now. So for example, for this dream, I will choose Angel 1, Vavia. Then you pick a title for your dream. So for instance, this dream is about a horse in my bedroom. So a horse in my bedroom. Then you will choose images for your dream. This is an important step as it gives some color